Good afternoon, fellas, ladies, DFS five-pack viewers. We appreciate you guys coming over here for the best of the NBA preseason. At least us doing our best to provide the info that we can. It is an evolving organism all day long. A lot of the information comes out late. Congrats. I know a couple of you guys did really well yesterday. I appreciate the shout out for those of you guys who hit us up on YouTube and Twitter saying that. That's awesome. We're doing our best. It's not easy, though. It is not the easiest of all the DFS sports to break down.
No, definitely not. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. I mentioned it to you earlier. There's no projection, which I love, but it also makes it harder because there are no projections.
This is definitely true. So we did not get up to 100 likes yesterday, so the members-only video was for all of our customers today. If you want it, sign up for a membership, guys. We'd love to have you. We got that lifetime special deal that is working for you guys. Otherwise, monthly memberships. And even if you just want the video, run it up to the website. We got day passes available. I can ship that video right over to you. Love to have you guys come join the team as we're only a couple days away from the regular season for basketball, which is super exciting.
Very exciting. I know it's something you've been waiting for a while, so I'm hyped with you.
About 80 years since it feels like regular basketball ended in March last year, so it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. We will do members only for the public tomorrow, guys. If we can get this video up to 100 likes, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. Pretty simple process right there. Slide your finger over to that thumbs up button, click it. Let's talk about today's slate. As per usual, we got a couple things to get into before we do that. I know they had some website issues yesterday, but they are up and functioning again. That's our boys over at overlaydfs.com. The matchup shop is fire, guys. We will do the progressive jackpot tournament in the morning. But I know for y'all who love parlays, this is just like sports betting parlays, only with fantasy sports players, which to me is a lot of fun. Good opportunity. Like if you can go in like 4 picks on like a parlay like that, you can get like 7, 8, 9, 10 times your money back, depending on the ratio what it is you're betting on. It's a lot of fun. Give it a look-see. And if you make an initial deposit, send me a screenshot of that so I can get you a free membership.
They got a cool QB shootout going on this week. I'm going to definitely dabble in that. And I'm hyped, man.
All right. I mentioned the lifetime special that we have going on. Excuse me. The 2 big specials we have going right now is the NBA only package is $120. And I'm going to have that thing up and ready to go on the website next week. But if you want to save yourself good money before that, $75 full season, regular season end playoffs, videos, write-ups, everything. One-time payment is $75. Utilize the PayPal or Venmo addresses below. Otherwise, lifetime memberships are 25% off this week. It is a one-time payment of $300 to get all 3 sports permanently. To mention the question I was asked the other day, I've been doing this for 7 years now. You've been with me for a few years now. I have absolutely no plans on going anywhere. So can't guarantee that DFS, doesn't disappear someday, but it doesn't look like it. We've got a lot of positive traction. The industry seems to be here to say it's a one-time payment for all sports moving forward. $300. That's 25% off. Rock and roll.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere. So, like I said yesterday, at some point you're just gonna have to trust us. And we've been doing this every single day. There's been sports, so I don't see it going any. I don't see us doing anything else.
Yep. Last thing up, guys. Couple of fantasy basketball leagues I run. I have 1 spot available. It's a $100 entry free, 9 p.m. Central, head-to-head categories league auction draft. If you're interested, let me know. Otherwise, Monday, 8 p.m. Central. We started this one yesterday. 7 spots have been taken, 5 available for a $50 entry fee. DM me if interested. Subscribe to the station if you're new to it. We talked about the new format this year. Cash favorite, GPP favorite, mutual favorite, and then long shots of the day. Today will be no different, and we will start out with the cash game lock. Now, in all fairness, I have no interest in playing cash games in the preseason, so I'm sticking to GPPs. However, if I were to be playing cash games today, I'd be locking in the Greek freak, my boy Giannis Antetokounmpo, long-term Milwaukee resident now. This is just kind of an Occam's razor kiss type of play. He's been awesome in the preseason. The preseason is perfect for a guy like Giannis. Is he priceless? Is he pricey? Yeah, he is. He's worth every penny of it, though. I see no reason, unless we are told otherwise, that his minutes are going to go down today. He's going to put up probably close to 50 DK points again. And he should be popular, but he's popular for good reasons.
Yeah, he's going to be really popular, but again, he's going to be really popular for good reason. I mean, it's easy to afford him. Other guys are priced down. He's a lock for me in all formats, specifically cash games if you're going to play it.
Yeah, but this is one of those things where you got 8 spots available to you in an NBA roster. If you ran 10 lineups today, unless you hear something from Milwaukee that they're going to cut his minutes down, which I don't expect, but unless you hear that, I have no issue playing him 10 times and our mutual favorite play 10 times because they just seem like very safe plays for good point totals.
No doubt about that.
All right, next up, we're going to shimmy over to the cover boy of the day, your GPP favorite. And I'll be honest, guys, I ain't playing cash games, but if he was, I'd be playing him too.
Yeah, I mean, liked him a lot last slate at like 5K. Nerlens Noel out again. I mean, this is a guy that puts up DFS points, not like the best of them like Giannis, but steal guys as a center that blocks shots, rebounds, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's just so much to like here at a really cheap price point. We talked about it on our members only video. A guy like DeAndre Ayton, who's obviously very good, has been playing well, is in a good spot, and is not priced too expensive at 7K or 6,900. But then you got a guy like Mitchell Robinson, who does a lot of the same things. Expect him to score a similar amount of DK points tonight at 2,500 cheaper. It just makes too much sense to me. I'll lock him in everywhere.
Yeah, this is one of those guys. I mentioned Giannis playing him in 10 to 10. I'd probably play Mitchell Robinson in 8 of 9 or 10. And the only reason he wouldn't get 10 appearances is because the one issue that he has, right? And that's his playing time due to the foul issues he gets into. So I'm not worried about it enough not to make him just basically a staple of every lineup that I do. It's like the only thing he has working against him is playing time. It's not like 30-ish minutes a game, but it's the preseason. Who cares? It's just his foul trouble. That's like the only knock on this guy. He is almost as good as the elite players in the NBA in points per minute. Like there is like high-end upside here. And if he ends the day as a top 3 points per dollar player, like nothing about that would surprise me.
Not even remotely anything wrong with that statement at all. I mean, if he 10x'd here, wouldn't be surprised.
No. I mean, if you asked me to make a bet tonight on a player in the NBA to 10x, and if you don't know what that means, that would essentially mean 40, 60 KPO on top of 4,600. I'd be hard-pressed to find anybody else I'd rather bet on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because the next guy that we both like a lot and is going to be insanely popular, young man, I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. The media never talks about him, and it's Zion Williamson. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him. He's pretty good. He's supposed to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's possible the media basically takes his pants off and does a little funny business to him. They love him. There's good reason to love him. He's exciting. He's box office. The big gumbo, Zion Williamson, he's our mutual favorite play. This is a guy that, unless I get notification that coach plans to change things, I would probably play him in every lineup that I run because I'm more scared of him at very high ownership ruining the slate than I am of not getting value out of him. You got 7 other spots to be different, 6 if you take Giannis. But guys, that's 6 spots. I think Zion's just a lock here.
Yeah, I agree, man. There's just 6,200. He feels like he's 2K too cheap, right? With how other guys are priced on this slate. We mentioned it with Giannis, how he's expensive, but it's easy to afford him. And you got guys like Zion, who's basically the average salary. I mean, you've got the minimum price down at 4K. It's how do you not play Zion at 6,200 here? I mean, walking double. He's going to put up his DFS points. I'll just get different in my other, 7 spots, or in the other 1 or 2 spots. I want to get different.
So, and you're hearing this straight out of the mouth of a guy who will literally fade chalk a lot because he just wants to be different. And this guy might be the chalkiest guy on the slate. But you said it. There's 7 other spots to be different. This is probably one where you just play him. That is, unless like some news comes out that they're not going to give him as many minutes. Don't expect it. Anything's possible in the preseason. Don't expect it. I love chalky guys. I'm going to run them every time. You hate chalky guys. You're going to run them every time. So, I mean, like, this just seems to be the obvious play of the evening, barring any information coming out of New Orleans.
No doubt about it, man.
So, rock and roll. Next up, we're going to move over to our more long shot types of plays for the day. I got a guy, there's a couple guys on the Chicago Bulls that I do have some interest in. Obviously, Kobe White was a beast last time out. Zach LaVine was awesome, especially in his first 6 minutes where he was just epically fantastic. I'm looking at Otto Porter of the Chicago Bulls at 5,200. He was shifted to the bench last time out in favor of the rookie, and we know how people think. That usually makes them want to avoid him. So I think you can get him at relatively low ownership tonight. At 5,200, I think he's very, very affordable, specifically at a small forward position, which isn't going to be as strong as the power forward, center, or point guard. He scored decently early on this season from a DFS perspective, and he's done that really without shooting. This is a guy that, you don't see it from him every game, but occasionally, he'll get rolling from the outside. We've seen him with monster games. We've also seen him be a letdown a bunch of different times. I think Otto Porter's a guy you never want any piece of a chalky Otto Porter. I do not expect him to be chalky tonight. And I actually prefer him coming off the bench if that's the way things roll again this evening. Again, almost 30 DK points the other day in 22 minutes. I like the idea of getting here and moving away from the more popular Bulls if you're just trying to get a little different with it.
I agree. I think multiple Bulls are in play. He's coming off a really good game. We've seen Billy Donovan be willing to give his key rotation guys minutes. Porter's a guy that can't stay healthy, but when he's on the court, he's pretty good. He's not a guy I like to play. He's far from a lock for me, but that's why this is a long shot. So I like the call, and maybe I'll just have a little exposure myself.
Yeah, it's not somebody that you want to run. If you play 10 lineups, I'm not giving Otto Porter 10 spots. This ain't Zion.
Hell no.
I'm not crazy. This is a guy that if I was running 10 lineups, maybe I'd want to just play him, I don't know, once, twice, 3 times a lady, but nothing more than that.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at him, and I think he's different. Heads up, guys. Hey, Harper, it's class time. Get on. All right, trying to do the parenting / home teacher thing while also doing the work thing.
Yeah, hey, you're double dipping, and we appreciate it.
All right, let's move on to your long shot of the day. This is the guy that we talked about yesterday. I'm going to go out on a limb, though, and say I don't remember how popular he was the other day, but he'll be much less popular today.
He's got to be. You got Thies back in the picture. He's going to be starting probably. But Williams is a guy we've seen be really good off the bench, playing with that second unit, aggressive, can do a lot of the same things Mitchell Robinson can do, block shots, get rebounds. Not really worried about him going to the bench. I think he's still going to play around the same amount of minutes.
I think that could be better, potentially.
Yeah, same. And it will also keep people off him. I don't expect him to get a lot of love. And again, he's not a guy I consider a lock, but that's why he's our long shot. So kind of in the same vein as Otto Porter. He's not a guy I'll be locking in all my lineups. But if I'm playing 5 lineups, maybe I'll have him once, twice, something like that.
Yeah, the key here with him is when given opportunity, he exceeds from a DFS perspective. He'll do it at lower ownership today. Now, could he bust? Of course, anybody can bust. But you want to know what? When he's given minutes, he walks into DFS points. He's good on the putbacks. He's a decent rebounder, not a bad shot blocker. Maybe not quite, like you said, as good as Mitchell Robinson. But if, like, Robert Williams were to get, say, 18 minutes today, he's fully capable of dropping 25 to 30 DK points in the time period like this. And this is another guy. I actually prefer him coming off the bench. He gets to play against some of the lower guys. With Thies back tonight, he could run with the starters a little bit and run with the bench guys a little bit. I don't know what Boston's plans are for the rotation today. I don't think any of us have any good information on that one early on. But a guy that can put up points in a hurry is always a guy with higher potential upside.
Amen.
All right, guys, that's what we got for today. If you want the members-only video where we break down every player from every game, or almost every player, you can't get into everybody because some of them just aren't worth talking into. We got day passes up. We got monthly memberships. We got the deal on lifetime pricing. And don't forget the NBA-only package is still $45 below retail pricing and what it will be come next week. If you want to take advantage, now is the time to do it. Utilize the Venmo or PayPal addresses below to do so. 100 likes on this video, and we will do members-only free to the public tomorrow. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, guys.